Yo, 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 welcome back to Double Gemini podcast. I'm your host, Taylor.
I'm Gabi.
And this is the third episode of season 2 of Double Gemini. Wow, 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 wow.
Pew, 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 pew.
And we are spilling some serious tea today, guys.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on in like the YouTube drama shit in every aspect.
So much. And we've talked about it before, and um, we're gonna talk about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what's going on right now, there has been some serious drama surrounding Trish Paytas, Ethan Klein, H3, podcast productions with the whole Frenemies, like falling out drama sitch, as well as, some other content creators that are trying to make a comeback.
That shouldn't be making a comeback because no one asked them to.
Not a single person.
Not a single soul. But one person that came back that I'm kind of neutral with.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that later.
Later.
Later. We're unhinged a little bit in this episode, just to preface.
Yeah, I had a red eye from San Diego this morning, and I slept from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and I don't even know if I'm actually alive right now. So excuse me if I sound absolutely incoherent the entire time.
Yeah, and I'm getting over a sinus infection and just worked all day. So we're really like thriving right now.
And you can't see us. Frenemies is kind of like the headliner of this episode. It's the big kahuna.
I'm so disappointed about it ending. Like I had a feeling, like in my mind, I was like, how long can this go? She's walked out twice already and she's said some nasty shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of proud of Ethan for not wanting to do it anymore and not like giving in a third time.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was pretty wild that Trish was trying to say that she was gonna put out a new, or they were gonna put out a new episode or whatever on
Oh my God,
this
yeah.
last Tuesday or this coming Tuesday, and Ethan had to be like, no.
Not that not that this fight wasn't the biggest one they had. I still think Trisha calling Ethan's wife a cunt was like would have ended it for me, in all
Mm-hmm.
honesty, if
Yeah.
I were him. But Hila's better than all of us, and she, God bless her soul, got over it. But if Trisha didn't make 700 videos on Ethan being a piece of shit and her being like, I'm not sorry.
And then being like, I am sorry, but I'm not.
Like, and then for her to say it's not about the money, but putting at least 7 ads in her videos, like,
I think
it
that's
is.
such a funny thing that YouTubers do when they're trying to be like really serious in like a video, and then they're like, oh, I didn't put ads, or like they leave them in and you're like, this is pretty uncomfortable. I kind of
Yeah.
forget about it because I have YouTube Premium, so I don't really see ads, but I can just imagine like when James Charles is putting out all of his videos about being a pedophile, just an ad like rolling through halfway through, it must be so uncomfortable to sit with that.
It's like, I think it's part of because they know people are gonna watch it, so they're like, I'm gonna make a quick buck off of this because millions of
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna watch this video. Ugh.
But then we
So,
have like Spilly and like all the other T Spill like channels that report on it, so we don't have to watch their videos.
yeah, Spill Sesh has been, oh my God, does she even sleep? Like, she
I
just,
don't think so. We should get her on an episode.
I would love to get
Oh my
Spilly
god, let's collab with Spilly.
because like with everything that we're gonna talk about, I besides the frenemies, because I religiously would watch that as like my weekly therapy session for better or for worse. Um, but when she covered like Shane or David, well, Shane didn't put out a video, but David did. I refused to watch his stupid vlog. at all. I don't want to give him that money. Well, actually, no. Is he demonetized?
Yes, YouTube does not monetize his videos anymore, I think, because of everything that went down. James Charles is demonetized too, but he hasn't been making any videos or really on social media at all.
I haven't really checked.
Here's the thing about that is we've talked about James Charles a few times on this, because he always seems to be doing something wrong. And I think his banishment from the internet was it was about time, because that kid, and by kid I mean not kid, that man, ew.
Literal adult.
That dude committed a whole crime, like a whole ass crime, and admitted to it.
Crimes.
And admitted to it.
Because he was lonely.
Boo-hoo. Like,
Don't be
aren't we all lonely?
Yeah, right. Literally.
Like, just because you can't find a boyfriend doesn't mean you should go for children.
When he was like, I'm like a 40-year-old at heart, and then in the same breath goes like, I go for the youngest age legally possible.
Wait, he said that he was like a 40-year-old at heart?
Yeah, it was in that uncomfortable ass Logan Paul interview.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Ew.
He's like, I have the mind of like an older soul and like all that bullshit. And I was like, yeah,
that's even worse. Like, because it's like, if you were like, oh, you know, my mentality is young and I just feel young, and that's why I resonate with like talking to 17-year-olds because I still feel like a 17-year-old, then that would be maybe, you know, a bit more of an excuse. But not if you're like, oh yeah, I feel like a grown man who talks to children.
Yeah, I hate him with my whole body.
Somebody call up Dateline. I need to report on him.
Chris Hansen, take a seat.
But we're not here to talk about James Charles.
No.
Because he has not really stirred anything up lately. But mark my words, by the time this airs, by the end of the week, I feel like something's gonna happen, right? Because
my God.
Not that I'm trying to manifest that, but oop.
But yeah, back to Frenemies.
You are the expert on Frenemies. I watched
Frenemies.
Like clips of it, but I never really watched it. So, you know, you're taking the reins with this episode.
With the Frenemies portion of this episode. Mm-hmm. Well, no, because something that I was reading too, that I also thought when Trish was getting into her like kind of shutting down mindset when she gets upset about something. First, she gaslit the hell out of him when she said that she was frustrated, and then later Ethan was like, "You seem frustrated." She goes, "I'm not frustrated. I'm fine." I was like, oh, "Did you not 10 minutes ago just say I'm not upset? I'm just frustrated." "Oh, I'm not frustrated. I'm fine. I'm fine." And then just get like really angry about it. I think she has a problem with self-sabotage. And I think she likes to fuck up like things that could be good for her. Like Ethan and Ela were like good for her, and she just didn't. I don't know. Like she burned that bridge mad hard, even though they seem to be like best friends. But apparently there was like drama with like the Disney trip and stuff too. And Trisha was like on the bus. Ethan said something like that was like weird or creepy or something. She's like, that was the end of it for me. And I was like, you've been holding on to that and not talked about it other than in a frenemy space. Like,
yeah,
girl.
she really liked to like dish out her problems like publicly instead of trying to deal with things just privately.
Yeah, and then I was also reading on Twitter that was like, do you think Ethan and Ela are gonna go to the wedding at all?
Do you think there's even gonna be a wedding?
I don't even know, because I mean, Trisha had a moment of treating Moses like shit, and who's to say she still doesn't, and he just doesn't talk about it.
Well, remember, so there was that TikTok that was the first time I heard about it, but it was from a Frenemies episode, right? That it was a clip from Frenemies of Trish admitting to hitting Moses or something like that, and him.
Yeah, that was back in 2020.
Yeah,
I remember that live. Yeah.
posting about it or something, or I don't
Yeah,
know
she
the
made like a
details.
TikTok. She made like a bunch of TikToks about it. And it was true. There was a photo. It was a whole ass bruise.
Yeah. And Ethan basically being like, maybe you shouldn't hit him. Like, yeah. But
yeah, maybe you shouldn't have. Jesus.
it makes me wonder that whether or not they're going to be actually getting married. I feel like Moses could talk some sense into her. And not that like that's his responsibility to do that, but I mean, he will be her husband, so he kind of has like some sort of responsibility for her. But that's his family first. Hila and Ethan being his brother-in-law and whatever. So do you work on getting them to like really figure their shit out and make up so that they can actually act like a family instead of being estranged before they even get married? Or is Trish only worried about like posting online and causing the drama and stuff?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, you're a whole ass adult. Why are you airing your like dirty laundry on the internet?
She
Like, why
loves
aren't
to
you
do
just
that.
I know, like we all love a good like rant story time, whatever. But when it's about someone that like you actually cared about and like loved, that's not a piece of shit. Like, why wouldn't you just go to that person unless you just don't have the respect that you claim you have for them?
Right.
Because in the beginning, she like hated him. Also, off
Hated
topic,
Ethan.
yeah. I was watching clips this morning of her like anti-Semitism, like so upset and like fetish
Fetish, fetish, fetishization.
fetishizing Jewish people and Jewish culture and all that. And it was like, oh, it was just so gross. And part of me is like, is that why she's with Moses? And Ethan asked her that. And she's like, I don't know, maybe subconsciously. I was like,
Yeah, I
what?
think that she like has said a lot of things about like Jewish people that have definitely been anti-Semitic,
Mm-hmm.
and people just like kind of overlooked it. And I do think it's pretty crazy that people are like, this is the last straw. Like her quitting Frenemies is what is making people kind of hate her again, when if they really watched all hours of every episode of Frenemies, which I'm sure a lot of people haven't actually done. I'm sure they've probably just seen it on TikTok and whatnot, like I have, versus someone like you who actually watched all the episodes.
Yes.
She says like some messed up shit in
Yeah.
those episodes. Like she admits to things and doesn't know anything.
I just, yeah, I don't know if she just doesn't have a filter. She doesn't care how much of it is for shock value, how much of it is for trolling, which she admits that she does. It's like when she acted like she didn't know what the Holocaust was. Like, that wasn't cute. Like, that's not cute to pretend like you don't know what
No,
the
not at
Holocaust is.
all.
Like,
That's
it's not
messed
like
up.
I'm quirky. Like, that's like fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And she also, in the anti-Semitism clips from like when she was first on Ethan's podcast before theirs was like a thing,
Right.
was like in her initial interview with Ethan before Frenemies even started, she talked about, or she had a very Mel Gibson approach, like very Passion of the Christ approach on Jewish people and Jesus and like that whole.
Trying to say that Jewish people killed Jesus, so she hates Jews.
No, she loves Jews, but it was what was the thing? Oh yeah, no, I was right. She said that to quote, Jewish people killed Jesus. Trisha Paytas clashes with H3 host. No, I guess I was right when I said that. So yeah.
So what's the point?
I
Why is she saying
don't
that?
know. And she'd make jokes about how they were greedy and like stereotyping them mad hard. So it's like, what
But what's the context of her saying that?
she was, because Ethan brought up how he thought it was weird how much she loved Jewish people, and then she went off about how much she loved Jewish people.
Well, you would think that she
Or
wouldn't
like
love Jewish people if she loves Jesus so much and then says Jewish people persecuted Jesus.
she literally said she went to Israel to look for Jewish men. And they said they wouldn't date her because she wasn't Jewish or she'd have to conform. And Ethan was like, that's not a thing. That's like, they probably just said that because they thought you were crazy. And also, she asked Ethan if they like fasted and did like traditions and that kind of thing. They're like, no, we don't do any of that. And she's like, oh, so you're not like a real Jew.
Oh my God. I
Yeah,
think I remember that one.
yeah. Like, bitch, what?
That's so messed up. Oh
Yeah,
my God. As if there aren't like different kind of Jewish people, like
like,
different rules and stuff that other people follow.
yeah, like you don't have to be strict. Like, there's like Ashkenazi Jews, Orthodox Jews, like there's like different sects of Judaism. Like it's not
Right.
just like one thing. Ugh,
As
it's
most
so
religions
dumb.
go. Yeah, she is kind of
Literally.
she is kind of an idiot. And by kind of I mean a lot of an idiot.
Yeah, and I think it's because a lot of people like she started to have somewhat of like a character arc and like start to develop into, maybe something better. But as soon as this final snap happened, like it's all unraveling and
I just want
everything
to know
else.
what part of her is real and which isn't.
Literally.
Because I can't help but think like watching clips of these videos of her like that when she posts these like 50-minute videos over and over on her channel, there's these moments where she really finally seems like a real person, but that real person is like not likable. Like she just seems like a massive manipulator and like kind of a bitch, like especially when she's like reacting to things that Ethan said or whatever. Just her body language and the way she kind of like lets that like fake almost Paris Hilton persona down. You can like really
Mhm.
see that she kind of sucks.
Yeah, and it's like her mental health is such shit that I'm not one to say
I
her therapist isn't working, but it's like when she gets into the mindset of being like really mad, it just goes from 0 to 100 and there's nothing that it seems like she stopped trying to like have that middle ground where she stops and collects herself. Like she started doing that in some of the episodes where she'd like catch herself and be like, sorry. But she stopped doing that. So then she just goes off and is stuck in this like, I'm gonna be super petty and what I'm gonna say is gonna hurt you on purpose
Yeah,
and
she
weaponize
loves to
everything
do
against
that.
you. Yeah. And it's like, I get that you're upset, but you can't just weaponize literally everything. Like when Ethan used to do pills, she
Yeah.
weaponized that against him. And he was like, dude, what the fuck? She's like, well, I thought you were honest. And it was like, mm,
Yeah,
you don't have to.
she does love to weaponize against people, which is that's like one of the worst things you can do, I think. And then
Literally.
act like she doesn't do it, like that she thinks everyone is attacking her and she plays the victim about everything.
Ugh.
But she really is doing the same things to other people and maybe even worse.
Yeah, and when Ethan went off about how when first of all when he was like you're gaslighting me right now and she like looked surprised or when he said I've been walking on eggshells with you like he has.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's not
I just like don't think that he like I understand why he did it, like why he
yeah.
was walking on eggshells with her, but I feel like he shouldn't have been. I think when you do that with people, when you just like walk on eggshells around somebody and you're not honest with them about what they're doing is making you feel this way, then that's a whole problem in and of itself.
Yeah, I think it was also him trying to be sympathetic to
Right.
how she is, which is like good on his character. And like it shows that he's trying.
Right. I understand why he did it. I just think
Yeah.
that, in the long run, it doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm. And then it's like at the end of the day, I get why he's pissed and super frustrated. And it's like you have a right to be even trying really hard and this person's just stopped.
Right.
Like even if they just had a low day, that doesn't mean like I don't know.
And I know that like her whole thing is right now with this drama that's unfolding about frenemies, about being like, oh, the money didn't matter to me. The money didn't matter.
Okay.
Like, sure, okay, let's take the money out of the equation. You're pissed about Ethan, trying, or you're pissed about Ethan putting together his own crew for a show that you're a part of when you've willingly admitted to just being like an employee and being, the talent as they like described it.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, because you're having problems with other things, you're trying to bring that back up and act like, she always does that. She always acts like there's no problem with things until she decides that there's a problem.
Yeah.
And blows it out of like proportion.
Yeah, like there are times where like Ethan would like poke fun at her or whatever, but the other issue is that she'd like pick and choose when these certain things would affect her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can't just I don't know. Like I get that they can affect you more sometimes, like calling her like fat or something. That
She
they
also
joke
needs to
about
like
it.
relax because she calls him fat constantly.
Yeah, fat fatty. Like that was like a meme. It was
Right. It's a lot. It was definitely a lot. And I think Ethan's handling it really well, or at
yeah.
least like as well as he can be, because like, I mean, it must be tough for him that he put all this effort and time into doing these things for the show and really trying to build it. And Trish is trying to say, like, oh, Frenemies wouldn't be nearly as big if it wasn't for me.
Oh yeah, the thing that I'm still confused about is like the costumes they wore in the last episode and when she pretended once they were there that she didn't know what they were from or what they were, even though in the text messages she's like, "Oh my god, it's my favorite movie. I love her." And had the costumes like custom made and like this whole thing.
Right. And I think it was just her trying to make up an excuse to be mad about something.
Yeah.
Do you think like she realizes that she contradicts herself so much? Do you think she
I don't think so.
is self-aware? You don't think she's
No.
self-aware?
I don't think there's a thought in that head that's not like I don't know.
It's
I
because like
don't think
sometimes she seems like she really knows what she's doing, and then
Mhm.
sometimes it's like, yeah, head empty, nothing there.
Yeah.
I have no idea. She
Uh,
is an enigma.
literally.
Like,
Oh, and something that was fucking weird on Trisha's Twitter was her being like, "I'm so excited for David's vlogs. Like, I don't know if that was sarcasm or like the comment she made about like forgiving people or not letting hate win or whatever. Like, was that about Shane?" And it was like that whole
I truly have no idea, because again, I have no idea what's running through her head. Like, I can't. It's like there's a big board, and it's like that Charlie meme where he's got all the red string and you're just trying to connect the dots, and there is no Pepe Sylvia, like it just, nothing makes sense. Like, no red string is connecting one thing to another.
literally,
It's just like hanging down the wall, because nothing that she does makes sense to
literally
anything else that
nothing.
she does. We'll talk about how much she hates David. She wants to cancel him. She wants to, get him off YouTube, and she kind of did. And now she's like, can't wait for David's vlog.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of Trisha tweeting about being excited for David's vlogs to come back, what's your take on David Dobrik's comeback to the internet after everything horrible that we found out that went down
I
years ago?
think David Dobrik can choke.
Literally. We
Mark
don't need
my
him.
words. Quote me. Do whatever you want. I think David Dobrik can choke.
I just don't understand how you can come back from that.
Do I think David Dobrik is the worst person in the world? No. Do I think that he manipulates his friends, exploits them for money, and creates content that is inherently misogynistic? For sure.
Yeah, like I watched a really good psych IRL video on David Dobrik and comparing him to cult leaders, and the vlog squad is like the cult like
Mm-hmm.
tearing people down to build them up, like for example, fucking Corinna, when she made her first appearance in the vlog, she was like a waitress. And he was like, I'd give you $500 to get my name tattooed on your finger. And she did. And then he made fun of her for it directly after. And she's like, what? Or maybe it was $200. Like it was something like she just needed to make rent.
Yeah, he is a master manipulator, maybe even more so than Trish is.
Oh yeah, because he is able to control a whole group of people. I mean, and also making them look like good people when a bunch of them were not.
Right,
Like Big Nick, Jonah, like I feel so bad for them. They're treated like such shit the whole time.
It's just strange that he made a new video and it was like about him and like the power of friendship or whatever the fuck it was about, being like with his friends after what he did to like Jeff and
Yeah.
you know everybody. Like he just like let these things slide and like put it as content and didn't care like about the repercussions of it. And then also like he must have the biggest head. Like he must just have such a massive ego. And I can't help but think, okay, so I was watching Emma Chamberlain's new video today, and this is nothing bad about Emma Chamberlain, so just preface that. I was just like kind of had like this self-aware moment that I think relates back to the David thing. And it's that like when you're watching TV or whatever, and like sure, actors or celebrities are like pretty crazy, like that they have so much fame and money, but when you're watching them, they're not speaking directly to you. They're not, you know, showing you a very personal like part of their lives or routine or anything like that. They're playing characters that you then insert yourself into and, you know, relate to. And even reality like TV shows do that. They, you know, become caricatures of themselves.
Yeah.
And sure, YouTubers do that a bit. Like definitely like I remember when Shane was in the height of his channel, like in 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
He said like a lot of the time they were playing up this character version of themselves, but it was still themselves. And so today I'm just watching Emma Chamberlain and I'm like, this is like so kind of bizarre that it's just this person that is just making these random ass videos, like walking around and going to the store and just talking and like venting about things. And you're watching it. And this is your form of entertainment. And they just get buckets of money from it. And that's all they have to do. And I think like that really is not great for a human being to have such an ego trip like that, to have so many subscribers who just see you for you versus characters you're playing or movies you're in or shows you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing, well, one about Emma Chamberlain is I think she's one of the most like realistic YouTubers where now she's not trying to play this like LA girl. Like she's like, I'm moving the fuck out of where I am to somewhere like more secluded, basically.
Right.
And is trying to like distance herself from
I saw a picture of her new house and it's very ugly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like all brown and like looks like a mansion meets cabin. It's really weird.
Is it like wood or do you mean like paint?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
It's like, but it's like, I don't know. I'll try to find the picture again and send it to you. Maybe we'll pop it up in the video right here. I don't want to do that because I don't want to like expose her house, but I guess it's already on Twitter, so everyone's seen it. But
yeah, but I think David just doesn't. He either lacks empathy. No, I think he lacks empathy. I'm not gonna finish that thought. There's no. Jonah literally drove a motorcycle into the pool, and David just was like ran over to film it and was laughing while his friend was like definitely injured.
Again, like compare that to reality shows where they do like stunts and stuff like that. They have teams and like crews there to make sure that, you know, they're doing stupid shit, but they're being safe about it if something happens, versus like this 20-year-old kid is like putting his friends in danger and is just recording it and laughing and doesn't care like about what could happen. Like the Jeff thing is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff's eye literally popped out and David thought that a funny thing would be dressing up as the Joker in a nurse uniform and going to visit him.
Right.
At least he paid his medical bills. Like that's the least
Yeah,
he could literally have fucking done.
I know. Thank God.
But I would have personally stopped being David's friend, but I think that goes back to the cult mentality and something that Scotty Sire said, and Scotty Sire can also suck a huge fucking dick. Um, that was like the worst thing to do would be like disappointing David. And I'm like, what is
Like
he's
they
not
act like he's,
he's
their
younger than
leader.
them. Yeah,
Right.
literally, they all look up to him for a paycheck, for clout, for whatever, but
Right.
like
It's also like that LA mentality, I think, of like needing to do whatever they can in LA to make it and be like a star
yeah,
or, clout, like chasing clout or whatever it may be.
yeah, and like running this back to Frenemies for 2 seconds.
Go for it.
The I think the best thing that show did was bring light to the David Dobrik situation because Trisha was like on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that was like no cap, no bullshit of what she was saying because it all turned out to be true.
Right.
Ugh, it
It's
fucking
just I think I said this to you the other day. It's just so interesting that every time there's drama on YouTube, it's always the same people. It's
yeah,
always David Dobrik, Trisha Paytas, Shane, or now sometimes Ryland a lot, or James Charles or Jeffree Star. But Jeffree Star's kind of
I
been,
know Jeffree Star in a minute.
yeah. But
That scary ass video of him on TikTok.
oh my God, I know.
Or walking out of the
um,
water.
yeah, and it's like in reverse, so he's like drying off while
So
getting out of the water. It's
stupid.
so bizarre. He is an alien. I don't think he's real.
Yeah.
Um, but it's always those same people, and it's kind of ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think YouTube needs David Dobrik back, and since he's demonetized, there's no point.
I think it's time for like a new wave of YouTubers who are more unproblematic and
Yeah,
aren't just like doing it to chase an ego
dreams.
trip, chase dreams.
Yeah, no, because yeah. And it was weird because when all of the David shit was coming out, Carly and Aaron made a video of how they separated themselves from the vlog squad. Heath and Zane seemed to separate themselves. Now they're all back in one video.
They are. Heath and Zane are in that video.
Yeah, everyone's in it. Carly and Aaron's in it. Heath and Zane are in it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
didn't even
from
know
the
that.
clip
I
I
thought it
saw.
was just like the people that stuck around. That's messed up.
And Jeff. So I want to know what hold he has on them, or is he blackmailing them
Right.
and
I
making
was about to
them?
say maybe there's like some blackmail material.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that video of Erin that went around of her saying the N word like a few years ago was like problematic.
Of
And
course.
did she even acknowledge? No, she made a video, I think. I don't
I'm
know.
so tired of YouTube apology
They're
like
so
videos.
bad. They're literally I not that I like watch SNL that much anymore, but one of the funniest fucking skits that came out of last year was Kyle Mooney. Or no, it was when David Dobrik shit was happening, was Kyle Mooney doing the YouTuber
Yep.
apology video.
So good.
It was the
Well, it's also like
funniest thing.
in Bo's new special,
Mhm.
there was that,
Him with the knife.
yeah, like subscribe. But I don't know. It's just it's like stop. Just stop it,
Like you can just tell it's a character.
kind of try to play it off like it is a character and like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not money hungry or he's not this or whatever. But really, it's like, I don't believe you.
I don't believe them either. And it's like so fake and it's so see-through. And I think that's what people are starting to like genuinely see, which is good, but some of those people are accepting him back onto YouTube and it's just kind of contradictory. Like we all used to watch David's vlogs and they seemed exciting and they seemed fun. And it was just people getting fucked up and doing stupid shit. It was basically Jackass on YouTube. And now it's
Right.
like, it turns out most of those he probably forced them to do, guilted them into, manipulated them into, got gave Zayn and Heath like a huge ass drinking problem because he admitted to getting all of his friends drunk all the time for the vlog, using
Right.
Corinna, exploiting Corinna, sexualizing Corinna, calling her a whore, a slut, like everything. And it's like no wonder she's depressed as fuck. Like these are her friends and they're making fun of her and like saying all this mean shit.
Right.
But it just reminds me of I don't know if it's family vloggers or like old school YouTuber, TikToker that are just so hype. They're like, today we're gonna go like fuck my wife and kill our child. Like, stay tuned, subscribe.
Oh my God.
Like that, like super hyper. Like, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Ew. I
Or
know, that's the worst. YouTube culture, man, it's kind of
toxic.
awful now. I
It,
really hate it.
yeah. I just watch a lot of like psych IRL videos and Bailey Sarian is like a safe space. I feel like
Yeah, I
she's
love her.
what a
Yeah,
queen.
I don't know. I think, well, ever since TikTok happened, our attention spans have rapidly declined. So I feel like YouTube
Absolutely.
started to die anyways, unless you have those very few YouTubers, that you love. Like I watched Emma Chamberlain videos, Cody Ko, obviously, and like
Oh yeah.
Michaela Long. And they're like the unproblematic ones that you just like watch before bed because, whatever.
And Kelsey, let's not forget.
Oh, of course. But yeah, these big shot, YouTubers, like the golden boys of YouTube, just need to stop.
Literally, like no one needs them. If I ever hear something bad about Cody Co come out, I'm gonna
I'm
kill
gonna ignore it.
my
Didn't hear that. Nope. I don't have hearing anymore. Nope.
lost all.
Didn't see that. No, I think Cody Ko's fine. Cody Ko has gotten people have tried to cancel Cody Ko so many times already, let's be
For
real.
bullying.
And it's about nothing. And he's like,
About bullying Jake Paul.
good for him. Like bully
Jake
him,
Paul
Maddie
deserves
Smokes.
it.
Right. But
Yeah.
what we haven't even scratched the surface on
Oh no. I know.
is the post that Shane Dawson made. Should we read it for the class?
I
Because
hate Shane Dawson.
it's awful.
I
Trigger warning, guys. Shane Dawson.
Ryland Adams in this photo too.
Oh no, he changed his profile picture.
Stop. That means he's coming back. What is it too?
It's just a picture of him, and it looks like him. Like it. Like ooh, oh, that's so scary. Hold on, I'm screenshotting it. It looks like him years ago, like problematic era Shane, long hair. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it is an old picture because his face looks skinnier, and he definitely doesn't look that. Oh God, it just makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh, ew.
Right? Like, doesn't it
Ew,
look really
reaction in
weird?
real time. Ew, that's disgusting. Yeah, that was like an old photo.
It must be.
It is. Like,
It's just like, so when I started watching Shane, like, I didn't watch his early videos. I watched like, him with Garrett and Drew and stuff like that. Those era.
the Spooky Boys.
Right. So there was like a disconnect between him and like the Shane Dawson, that like skinny Shane Dawson that everybody knew, And I feel like this picture of him as his profile picture is like giving off like skinny Shane Dawson vibes, like blackface, era, problematic, terrible person,
Yeah, how do you think you can make a comeback when D'Angelo Wallace made a 2-hour expose telling the world why you are a piece of shit with video proof, tweet proof, like receipts? Like, how do you think you can just come
you
back
just have
to
to
the
be
internet from
a
that?
true idiot.
Narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he posted a photo, and the caption says, "Dad's left the house. P.S. I know I haven't posted a video in a long time, and I promise it's not because I don't want to." Maybe it's because no one wants you to.
Literally.
I'm just trying to stay in a good mindset and be happy. I promise I'm not going to abandon my channel after 15 years of creating. Praying
You should.
hands.
You should.
Just been reevaluating my life the last year and figuring out what I want to do with it. Life is short, and I'm grateful for every second of it. Hope you guys are doing well. I miss you.
It's just drama channels.
Let's read some of the comments. Aw, with the hearts. understand and
Call them
take
out by
care of
username.
self.
Put up the screenshots. What motherfuckers are supporting Shane Dawson?
What a wonderful photo. So much happiness in it.
Literally shut the fuck up.
The king is back.
No, the king is
Rich
dead.
Lux too. Rich Lux is canceled.
No.
Bye, Rich
Fuck
Lux.
that. Bye, Rich Lux.
Miss you. Very proud of you, Shane. Love you. Like, are these people for real?
Like, how? Just tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist.
Oh,
Like,
good. I was like, no one is like saying anything negative, and then I find 2 comments back to back. The first one says, "Don't come back."
literally.
Rightfully so. The other one says, "You didn't even say sorry for what you did. You blamed everyone else, then went away. I'm all for second chances, but you aren't sorry. You're just upset people finally realized what you did. So you want to come back for the money? Nah."
Literally, Rihanna's Take a Bow sits perfectly in this situation.
Someone goes, "Please don't come back."
Literally, like, what? And I heard it's going to be a Britney documentary.
The relief I felt when I saw the hate comments after scrolling.
Literally us in this moment.
Go away.
Go away, Tate.
Don't come back. Do the people you hurt a favor and stay off the internet.
Literally.
I just don't understand how people can think that like what he did wasn't a problem.
Wait, what date did he post the photo? Does it say?
It was on June 9th.
During Pride Month, Shane. Shut up.
He just like, I understand you shouldn't like shame people for like how they look, because that's like not part of it, but he looks awful in this photo too. Like
Yeah.
like, you know, his outsides reflect the ugly insides. So
yeah.
I don't think he needs to make a comeback. I really don't.
There's literally no need to. And if it's for anyone, it's just for him at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I want someone to re-upload the Shane Dawson video and then I can watch it and judge it, but I don't want to watch it if it's gonna like support him.
Right, absolutely.
But I'm sure it'll surface on TikTok.
But also he's demonetized on YouTube, so it doesn't matter.
I know. I don't know.
It doesn't, you could just leave a dislike.
That's
hey
true.
guys, let's make it the most disliked video of all time.
Hey guys, let's make Shane Dawson's comeback and David Dobrik's new vlog the most disliked videos on all of YouTube.
Hey guys, let's not make these scummy boys come back to the internet.
Instead, go watch literally anybody else.
Anybody else.
Literally anybody else but these 5 problematic motherfuckers.
Right. Speaking of comebacks, there was another comeback that just happened.
Oh yeah. Miss Tati Westbrooks.
So obviously, if you guys know the tea about Tati, that is kind of what jump started. What's that word? Is that what am I saying the right thing?
I'm kind of excited about her comeback. The video was dark. I'm not gonna pretend like it was like, oh yay, she's back. It was a girl almost went through a whole ass divorce. Her husband moved out. They hated each other for months. They didn't spend the holidays together because they hated each other. Now they're back. She donated like all of her stuff. She had a spiritual awakening that was like, I don't need things. This makes me realize I don't need things. And accidentally donated her wedding ring.
Oh my god.
But she's like, I have my husband back, so that's better than a ring. And I was like, fair. That is very fair.
Oh my god, why did they separate?
Because of the lawsuit that was going on by their Halo Beauty like partner that was suing her for $30 million, who was also messaging drama channels and filling them in on her and her husband's drama.
So her husband wanted to leave her because of it?
It got
or just like created so
it
much
just
tension.
created a lot of shit.
Oof. Yeah. Okay, let's be real, guys. I know the things that, people were saying about Tati a couple years ago, year ago. 2 years ago now.
Well, the crying video, her last video.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
People hate her. That was last year, right? That was last summer. Because her video was called "It's Been a Year" or something.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. I was thinking of the original Dramageddon.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, so like, okay, people were like really against her and whatever because of the whole like, oh, like she's just targeting James Charles or whatever, and they're all caught up in this web of lies and whatever. But she was right.
She was right.
James Charles was a predator.
And Shane and Jeffrey definitely manipulated her into making the video. I mean, Shane literally said he'd help her edit it, and they
There
were
was
planning his demise from like
there,
day
there was no reason why Shane reacted the way he did. Like he got
one.
caught, in that stupid video of him being like, "You message traumatized,"
Literally,
if
Rihanna's
he
take
didn't
a
do anything
bow.
wrong.
Rihanna's take a bow. You're just sorry you got caught. Like, and then her taking back what she said because it turns out Shane and Jeffrey were liars, but also she invalidated her firsthand experience of James being a predator. And it's so messy. And like, I know she's a whole ass adult, right? Like, she's a whole ass adult that can think for herself. But when you have master manipulators like Jeffree Star, James Charles, and Shane, like, of course you're gonna be a little mind fucked and question yourself. Like, they're all gaslighting you at once.
Absolutely.
So who are you gonna believe?
Yeah, I think she is one of the only comebacks on YouTube right now that doesn't seem like it's that bad of a choice.
Yeah, no, because before that she was unproblematic. It
Right.
was
She was
literally,
always unproblematic until she got caught up in like the beauty guru community.
which was really just Shane and Jeffrey.
Right. Like stirring the pot.
And until then, she was fine.
Right.
So I know she said she's going to explain more stuff later on, but she's living in Seattle now. She's not in LA. She's kind of just doing her thing. She doesn't have like a separate studio anymore. She has a studio in her house that she's like working out of. That's basically just like a space behind her, and that's it. Because she's now in the mindset of
She's a
like, I don't.
minimalist.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, good for her.
I wish I could be a minimalist.
Mm, I'm torn.
I
I
don't want my
used to want to be a minimalist, but now I feel like I want to be like, I want things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the Liza Koshy thing you were gonna tell me?
Oh yeah. Okay. So before we started this episode, I said, should we talk about the Liza Koshy thing? And Gabby says, what Liza Koshy thing? So let me pull up her Instagram.
Oh no. Is it good or bad?
It's not good.
Oh no.
So
Liza.
she posted this picture or like photo dump of her and this girl. And they're like, I wouldn't say they look coupley, but they look coupley. Throwing up some pictures now. And her caption said, and this was 3 days ago, her caption said, "Happy belated birthday, baby. I can't wait to see you at the end of the aisle one day. I just have no idea which role you'll play." And I saw it on TikTok and everybody was like, "Oh my God, like Liza just came out. Like, this is her new girlfriend." She posted those pictures the same day that David posted the new vlog, or like right after David posted the vlog. And so people are like, "Oh my God, like good for her, Pride Month, that whole thing. Like she's got a whole ass girlfriend."
Yeah.
But then her caption got edited as of the last day or so, I think. I think after all these like videos came out about her coming out, and there's 3 asterisks, and then it says, "How about my officiant, flower girl, usher, the ridic hot bridesmaid that effortlessly shows up the bride. Regardless, you'll be there. Check your inbox for the paperless evite to my non-existent wedding."
So she queer baited?
Yeah, like big time. Like all these people were like putting like tons of hearts in the comments, and like people are like, "Did Liza just come out? Like, hold up, we missed a few steps. Like, hold the fucking phone." And people
Yeah,
are like, "Oh my
why?
God, this is her girlfriend." And like she didn't even say anything. Like someone literally said, "This is LO Steph Frosh, a video creator, commented, yesterday my girlfriend proposed to me, and now Liza Koshy has a girlfriend. The gay agenda is thriving."
Oh.
This
Why?
in Pride Month, like
Literally, like, why are people queer baiting during the gay month? Like, it is time for us to thrive, and it's all these people being like, I don't know. I'm over queer baiting. I'm over queer baiting in media so hard. It's so
Yeah, someone goes, we loved queer baiting during Pride. Yes, queen, capitalize on your preteen followers, mama.
liter
What? Girl, what? The edit? Just admit you're homophobic and move on. Okay, I wouldn't say she's homophobic. I think she
no.
just, um,
Like, she
I think
didn't
she's
read the
fucked up.
room for sure.
But
She
it's like, why are you posting like coupley photos
yeah.
and like calling her baby? I can't wait to see you at the end of the aisle. Like, what does that mean? You know?
Yeah, that caption was definitely insinuating that they were gonna get married.
Yeah, you don't like your bridesmaid or your usher or whatever doesn't meet you at
Bridesmaid,
the
but
end of an aisle.
yeah, no.
What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the tea about it. And I didn't want to explain it to her before the episode started because I wanted her full reaction. So
I hate it.
I know, I really
I
do
hate
too.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Dude, there's just so much YouTube drama and
It's
YouTuber
a
drama.
lot is going on right now, I guess.
It's the summer. This is when everything happens.
It's so true. Like people are
Everyone
coming, and
defrost.
especially now that like COVID's like kind of settling down and like people are going out and doing things, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like stuff is stirring up.
And I think going back to what you said about how there needs to be a new wave of YouTube, I think they're trying to do that with all of the wrong people. Like they're trying to make like Hype House like a thing with all the little TikTokers and then having that be like an exciting place to do stuff, an exciting platform and blah 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 blah. And it's like these same recycled like fake personas of all these little rich white kids not doing anything.
Right.
Like Charlie D'Amelio, Dixie D'Amelio, what the fuck do they do?
Yeah, but they're gonna have like a whole show
Watching
on
Addison
Hulu.
Rae dance on Jimmy Fallon made me cringe
I
more than
know.
anything. Same with
TikTokers are a whole like famous or like
they think they're celebrities.
I know they have even bigger ego trips than like YouTubers because at least YouTubers like made content that was really like I mean not all of it's thought out but like there
Yeah.
was a lot more effort I feel like into making a YouTube video than there is like making a TikTok and like getting famous on TikTok versus
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, cool, you can learn a dance that 500,000 people also learned that you stole from a POC creator. Congrats.
Honestly,
Profited off of it.
like good for you.
You happy? Like, what are you gonna do in 10 years when you're irrelevant?
I think they're just stupid.
I
Like
yeah.
they're just so stupid. Yeah, I mean that's kind of all our 2 cents on the tea. I know we
Yeah.
didn't really like get super in depth with details, but you know, like you can always watch Spilly or whatever for that's not our job. we just have to talk about it.
Yeah. R.I.P. Frenemies.
R.I.P. that.
Literally.
I know. Rip frenemies.
Rip Frenemies.
I feel like the drama's not over yet, though. I think there will definitely be more that's gonna happen.
Oh, for sure. Ethan just did another episode on why Frenemies ended like yesterday or something on his live stream, and it was like 2.5 hours long.
Whoa. I'm sure there is like definitely a lot of like stuff under the surface that they're not really talking about yet because
Probably. Like, yeah.
it's probably just so much that, you know,
And
but
it's
whatever.
a lot for him to process too, because he's like, what the fuck?
And it's also like he has his whole like life. He has his channel, he has his like the Teddy Fresh line of like stuff. He's got his, you know, his kid and Hila has babies growing inside of her or whatever. And it's like
Literally triplets.
really can't worry about like Trisha, you know, starting useless drama with him.
Yeah, literally. Maybe they'll be neutral, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see what happens because it's definitely not over.
Oh no, not at all. The wound is fresh.
Oh, show. But you know, it is over.
This episode.
We
now.
set for now, but the dark thoughts will soon return. Yeah, I feel like we kind of talked about everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
Anything
really.
anything else you want to say?
No.
Not at all.
I have no other thought. Don't watch David Dobrik's new video and support him.
David Dobrik can choke.
David Dobrik can choke. That's what we're
Shane
naming
Dawson can
this
also
episode.
choke. Oh my god.
This
I feel like
episode's-
I would get like a cease and desist letter from his lawyer or whatever, which could kind of be fun. So maybe
David's
we'll
lawyer can go suck his own dick or suck David's dick.
David's lawyer can go choke on David's dick.
Me assuming that his lawyer is a man, but
Of
I
course
feel
he
like it is. I feel like his lawyer is a man.
Female lawyer would defend David Dobrik.
Literally. Not I.
Well, you're not a lawyer, so there's that.
I know. I'd be way more successful in life if I was a lawyer, I feel
Would
like.
you though? I feel like you'd be an awful
I'd have more money. Okay. if I had the qualifications of being a lawyer,
Oh, okay.
I would
I
have
was like,
way more money than
you right now as a lawyer would not, I don't think bode well.
I would get other information for the other side and be like, I don't know who I believe.
That's like me when I say I'd be a good therapist. I really don't think I would be. I would just like trauma dump onto my client or something.
Or you'd relate it back to you.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, this one time. They'd be like, isn't this about like I'm paying for the hour? Yeah, and I'm telling you what you need to do. So, anyways, my mom.
Literally.
That's how it would go. But that would be you as a lawyer. You have to like defend somebody like that did something
the
wrong.
vibe seems off.
Your Honor, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, I agree with the defendant.
Like, guilty.
I can't even help him. And then the kid's just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Literally, it's like, I think he killed him, right? Yeah, right?
He told me in the room the other day that he did do it. So that's all you need to know, I guess.
I can't in good conscience defend him.
I can't. Like, oh my god. Would you still get paid, I wonder? Do you think any lawyer snitches? I don't think you can. I think you would like lose your license.
Yeah.
But I would snitch. No, I wouldn't. I'm kidding. Snitches end up in ditches.
And get stitches. When they're sewn up in the morgue after their blood gets drained.
Oh my god, by like some mobster or something. I don't know where this is going, but I feel like
this is unhinged now.
Yeah.
I meant get blood drained by the mortician because I have to like take out all your organs and shit.
Oh, I don't know why my mind went to mobster. I just feel like that was something a mobster would do. Don't come after me, mobsters. Or do. I'll be a mob wife.
It'd be so fun to be a mob wife.
I know. Besides like having to like hide dead bodies and stuff. But like you can't testify. Is that why they're all married to each other? Because you can't testify against your
You may have to bury a dead body, but you could get a Gucci bag out of it.
Sold.
Literally.
If I have to put a dead body in the freezer of my deli and Queens, I'll do it. If it means
the north end of Boston, I'm getting a fucking Gucci bag.
If it means some designer products. Wow, that sounds so vain. Please. We're joking, I think. I'm not actually sure.
I don't know at this point.
It's been a long day. When you take a nap for like a really long amount of time and
you like went to sleep.
disoriented. I know I did go to sleep. I got home at 9:30 and I fell asleep at 10. I zonked out. I went right to sleep.
Did you like the iced tea?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you for giving it to me for free. I thought it was cute that your manager was like, you want a job? I was like, even if I lived here, fuck no.
I love her. She's the best.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Yeah.
All right, well.
We have to cut so much of this. Anyway.
Oh no, we're keeping all of this about the mobs and stuff in here. This is a great segment. Okay. So you want to tell anybody listening what they can expect for next week? Unless we decide to change it and then we're going to cut this out. Who knows?
Unless there's more drama that unfolds and we have to make a quick
part 2?
Dramageddon part 2.
Part 3, part 4, part 5, all 50 minutes long.
I bet we could do it.
I'm sure we could. Nice.
That's what you can expect next week. No. So next week we're gonna be talking about Bo Burnham's new special Inside
Yes.
that has taken TikTok by a fucking storm.
Yep.
Um,
And I think we're gonna finally talk about being artists
yeah. And
in
talk
that
about
episode, because it's like, and we might even have a special guest.
is it Bo Burnham? You'll have to wait and see.
Oh my God, guys, manifest that for us that we get Bo Burnham on this.
We're gonna get Bo Burnham on
We're getting Bo Burnham. Where's the candles? Escucha las palabras. All right, babies. As always, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. Double Gemini Podcast, or if you're on Twitter, it's Double Gemini Pod. You know the drill at this point. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. You know, we have been slacking on our social media game. We are self-aware. We have been busy gals. Got us a break.
We've been busy businesswomen doing business, just trying our
Right.
best not to die.
That's all you can really do.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see you next Friday, or whenever you're listening to this, whenever you're watching this, who knows? And we will be back in the flesh. You will be able to see our faces. We can see our faces right now as we're recording this, but you will not, because we look like trash.
Yes. And it's too much work to set everything up and get pretty.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, anyways, all right, babies.
All right,
We'll
guys.
talk to you later. We should start ending these episodes like they're just phone calls. Okay, call me back. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
TTYL. Bye. LOL.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.